got a quick story for you guys. I was hanging out with one of good friends of mine. He owns a business, and I helped him out with his business. And we were talking. And when I got there, I saw he was kind of feeling a little down and out. Just kind of didn't seem like himself. Just a quick moment, we were talking and just saying pleasantries back and forth. So we started talking. He said, "Oh, Drew, you won't believe what happened. My girlfriend and I, we broke up." I said, "No way." And it's the same girlfriend. I told him, "You guys shouldn't move in together." He told me he moved in together, and I was like, "Oh wow!" When I first met him and everything, maybe about 9 months ago now, and I do some contract work for his business. So we were talking and about business, and then started getting back to relationship stuff. And he was saying just he wasn't feeling good right now, and hope things work out and everything like that. And I was telling him, he didn't tell me the whole story. And that's the thing about it too. I wanted to give him some good advice on this, but he didn't tell me the whole story. And of course, they always say when people tell you stuff, believe me, they're holding probably, I would say, maybe 25%, 25 to maybe 10% they're holding back from you, not telling you the full truth about stuff. And him and I went back and forth, and he was telling me that, she's upset at him right now and everything. It sounded like she broke up with him. But overall, I was trying to tell him that you can only control the controllables. He said he wasn't getting enough sleep at night. I said, dude, you need to work out. First thing I would do if I broke, he lived with someone for, I think they lived together like 4 years, lived together. And 2 years they dated, but then 3 years they lived together. They lived total. And I said, first thing I would do was I'll start working out. That's what I would do. And he said, well, I'm going to get back into that. I said, absolutely. And I said, the next time you get in a relationship, make sure you always work out. Because working out is not just the point of just, looking aesthetically good, but you actually, it gives you a little hint of confidence. It gives you just a little bit, give you a little more hint of confidence there. Also, you decrease your stress levels, of course, just the whole gamut of stuff. Another thing I told him to do, I told him to get back to some of your hobbies that you love doing. That's the next thing I want you to do. Get back to, some hobbies, some of your friends that you may have, ditched because, now you're dating someone like that. And also, this is another thing I'll do. Actually, this is probably the second one, if you put it in a category order, is to find out what went wrong, actually, from his perspective. Because, a lot of people like to point the finger at the other person, but no. You need to look at yourself, actually. I told him so. Look at yourself. Why did you stay in this relationship? Because he said, he was telling me that I think I might have stayed too long in a relationship. I said, why did you do that? What's the pattern that you have with other young ladies you dated in the past? Then he said, hey, you know what? I don't want to get back out here again, doing all this all over again with, I have to ask someone's name again, where they're from and all this like that. I said, dude, it's part of life. Life is a cycle. You do things over and over and over and over and over again and stuff like that. Hopefully, I'm going to do it too much longer, but hopefully some of these tips here that I gave to him help you guys out there too about relationships. Remember, there's always another day. Take care, guys.